All right. Hello, friends out there in YouTube land. I'm gonna make a quick impromptu video. I don't usually get in front of the camera like this. I got my Note 10 pen in my hand still. Um, but I wanted to make a quick video. It's kind of something I wanted to do anyway, but it's prompted by a comment made today from one of the viewers. Not sure if he's a subscriber, but subscribe. I don't usually, prompt people for subscribing and all that. I'm not too big in trying to pimp anything. It's just if you like it, subscribe. Oh, there goes the lights. Computer. Set basement lights to 100%.
What do you mean by water percent?
Yeah. Set basement lights to 100%. Technology. Okay.
Remember that water percent means 100%. If you want to undo this, ask me to forget the last thing you taught me.
Undo the last thing I taught you. Anyway, see, this is why I don't get in front of the camera too much. I don't feel like doing a lot of editing and whatnot. Just want to let it go straight, send it, what have you. All right, back to business. A comment from Bond Scalper today on YouTube who made a request to play some Parliament Funkadelic. He says he knows I'm a funk fan, what have you. So there was a few things about that I wanted to mention anyway. So his request was to play something that no one knows, but there's a lot of Parliament Funkadelic. I mean, when you say Funkadelic, of course you're saying George Clinton, but then you're really saying Parliament, you're saying Funkadelic, you're saying all of these little groups that have come out of Parliament and out of Funkadelic. So it's not any one thing, and the members and everything has changed many times over the years. But nonetheless, in that request, I took it as a challenge and I accepted it. But here's the thing. I only wanted really to play something that I actually own, not something off of Spotify or what have you. And I'm kind of embarrassed because I started to look through my albums. I don't have any CDs, and I only have 3 albums. I've got this one, Parliament Funkadelic, The Motor Booty Affair, and I have this one, Parliament Live, and I'm actually play something off of this album because this is the album that started when I started buying vinyl again. Back in high school, or after high school actually, I was a big vinyl head, and I would spend all of my check from my minimum wage job on buying albums because, hey, I didn't have anything else to spend money at the time. And I would spend all of it either at station break playing video games or buying albums. And this was an album that I actually had. I don't even know where I got it from. You going to work? Bye. Have a great night. My daughter's going to work. Get that minimum wage paychecks so she can spend it on hair products. Everybody's got that thing, right? So this album was an album that I listened to back when I was 15, back in the 70s. I remember sitting in the dark and listening to this album like over and over again. This is the kind of music that you listen to when you're high. I wasn't high. I don't get high. I don't play that game. But this is the kind of music back in the 70s you listen to when you were high. Anyway, I'm going to play something off this. And the third album I have is on the wall here. And actually, I think it was either this or that one was the first album I bought when I started building my collection again. Parliament, The Mothership Connection. The Mothership Connection. Great album. Was one of the first ones I actually bought. So these are it. I got these 3. So I kind of went through them, and I'm going to choose a song after this that probably nobody really knows, but it's live, and I love live music. And with these things, they love live music because that's what they were made for. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it in its own separate video so I can just play the music and hopefully no copyright strikes. But what I wanted to say though is that I love music, and this was a thing. And I used to say that, You know, my best friend was music, and this was one of those albums where I would sit and listen in the dark and just play it. And Dr. Funkenstein, Disco Kid with the Monster Sounds. And some people would probably say if you want to pick something from Parliament or from Funkadelic, you probably have to pick Maggie Brain. People always say that this is the greatest album. It's one of those albums, the greatest albums of all times. If you're going to list the greatest albums of all times, and Parliament's included, that is the album. I've never had that album, and I listened to the song and I've looked at it. It's kind of a little bit before my time, actually. But anyway, I've accepted the challenge. I'm going to play that for you next in a separate video right after this. And, you know, hey, I do appreciate all the love and attention I'm getting on these videos. It's just something fun to do. I'm not trying to get paid for it. It's not a, you know, it's just fun. It's something I enjoy, and I hope that, you know, the rest of you enjoy it, that we're music lovers, we enjoy speakers. And for me, speakers are like money. It's so good until you use it. They don't need to be pretty and sitting up in, you know, in the house just for show. You got to play these things. That's what they're made for. That's what it's good for. That's what it's used for. You know, money is great, but it's better to spend it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'm going to get that to you right after this.